Hello. Welcome once again to my channel. Right, today, greetings. I will be looking at finance and particularly hire purchase. Right, so hire purchase, what exactly is it? So this is a concept that most furnitures use where one wishes to buy a particular item of furniture which they cannot afford to pay for in cash at that particular time. So what the store will do, or what the furniture shop will do, is they will ask you to pay, let's say, a deposit, which is normally a 10% of what the cost price is. Then from there, what the store will do, the balance, they will subtract the deposit from the cost price to get you, or to give you the balance. And then the balance, they further calculate the accumulated interest or the accumulated amount of debt, and then they would take that amount and divide it into monthly installments which you can afford. So what one needs to understand with this method is that if you go for this method, you are definitely going to have the item that you want to buy. You will have it in your possession as soon as you have paid your deposit. And however, the only challenge with it is that you'll end up paying more. So without just wasting of time, let's just see what it actually entails. So I just said it right now. Let's say you have a cost price X, and then you need to pay a deposit of this amount. So a deposit is normally charged at, let's say, 10%. So it's 10 divided by 100 of X. Then the amount that you get here, which will be 1 by 10 of X, which is also 0.1X. This amount, you'll have to get the balance, which is what simple interest will be calculated on. So you just take your cost price, you subtract your deposit, then you'll have your cost minus your 0.1x. Then this value that you get here will be the one that we'll use to calculate our simple interest. So before we even begin, you've seen in my cover page that the formula that we are using is A is equals to 1 P into 1 plus I times N. Right, meaning that we assume simple interest every time we talk about hire purchase. Right, let us take an example. Right, here is our story right here. So from our story, we can see that we have Tabo here who buys a couch which costs 9,420 on hire purchase agreement. At AC Furnitures, he is requested for a deposit of 10% of the cost price and has to pay the rest of the money in 24 monthly installments. The store charges an insurance of 17 rands per month. Question number 1, calculate his monthly installments if he is charged 13% per annum, which we will assume simple interest on his hire purchase. The second question would be calculate his monthly installment with the insurance. So the first one, we will treat it without the insurance, and then the second one, we will treat it with the insurance. Right, okay, greetings. Every time you begin with such a problem, identify your information. We don't care about who buys it, but we are interested in what amount he is actually buying it. So the cost price of the couch is 9,420 on a hire purchase agreement. Right, this hire purchase agreement simply means we need to assume simple interest. So we are going to use the simple interest formula, which is given by A is equals to P into 1 plus I times N. right? This is one way of the examiner trying to throw you off. They will not tell you that this is actually simple interest. However, the moment they mention hire purchase, then you as a grade 10 learner should know that this is actually simple interest, application of simple interest, right? Furthermore, he is requested of a deposit of 10% and then has to pay everything else back in 24 monthly installments. And then he's charged 17 rands per month as insurance, and then the interest rate that is charged on his simple interest is 13% per annum. Right, so for the first question, calculate his monthly installments if he's charged 13% per annum simple interest on his hire purchase. Right, grade 10s, I want to focus you back on this. We have the cost price, we have the deposit percentage, and then the first thing that we need to find is the balance. And then we use the balance to calculate the simple interest, which we will then use to calculate the monthly installments. Right, I'm just quickly going to write down the information again. From the information, the cost price, we have 9,420. We have a deposit which is given to us as a percentage, which is 10%, and you know that 10%, you take 10% to divide it by 100, which gives us 0.1. right? Furthermore, we have the period, it is for 24 months, then equivalently 24 months is the same as 2 years. Why do we need to convert this to years? Is because our simple interest formula has months, has years instead of months. And then furthermore, we have an insurance amount, of 17 rands per month. So the first question, calculate his monthly installments if the interest rate is charged at 13% per annum. Right, to answer these grade 10s, this is the information that we need. Let's quickly work with the information. Number one, we first need to calculate his deposit. So his deposit will therefore be 0.1 times the cost price, which is 9,420. Right, this is easy grade 10s, but just to be sure, use your calculator. You'll have 0.1 times 9,420 to give you exactly 942 rands. This gives us 942 rands. So we first need to find the balance. The balance therefore becomes the cost price minus the deposit, which is 9,420, and then you subtract your deposit, which is 942 rands. Right, 9,420 minus 942 rands. This gives us exactly 8,478 rands. Right, so this 8,478 rands is actually the principal amount, what the couch costs after paying a deposit of 10%. Now, grade 10s, the next thing that follows now is to calculate how much the couch is actually going to cost in 24 months time. Right, so we'll use the formula A is equals to P into 1 plus I times N. Right, our principal amount is shown, it's 8,478 rands. This is multiplied by 1 plus, right, our interest rate, we have it as 13%. So interest rate is 13%, which is 13 by 100, giving us 0.13. Right, so we'll have this plus 0.13, then multiplied by, we have seen that 24 months is actually 2 years. And how does one get from this one to this one? You simply divide by 12 months, because there are 12 months in 1 year. Furthermore, 0.13, our n is 2. Right, be careful of the number of brackets that you open versus the number of brackets you close. We have 2 brackets opened, which I mean these brackets, so it means I also need to close with 2 brackets. I have 1 here, I have another 1 here. Right, a quick calculation, grade 10s will give us 8478 multiplied by 1 plus 0.13 multiplied by 2. Right, if you can check on my calculator, I've just substituted exactly as it is on my formula. Then all you need to do is substitute and get the answer. Right, my answer is exactly 10,682 rands and 28 cents. So it means after he has paid a deposit of 10%, and then the store adds their own interest, it means he needs to pay back 10,682 for the couch that actually costed to 9,420, which is what I started with to say. The only problem with this one is that you end up paying more, but at a much affordable rate. Therefore, to answer the question, let's then calculate his monthly installments. So to get his monthly installments, one does the total exclusive of the deposit divide by the number of months. Right, and our total in this case, this person needs to pay back 10,682 rands and 28 cents for a period of 2 years, which is 24 months. And then this is how much he actually pays. This amount, which is still on the calculator, I just divided by 24. And then I find that per month he pays 445 rands 0.095. But now, ladies and gentlemen, you need to note that any values, especially the ones that deal with money, are normally reported to 2 decimal places, right? So to get our answer, this is actually 445 rands and 10 cents, right? So this is his monthly installments, which when he wanted to buy the couch cash, he should have had 9,420. However, if he wants to take the couch on hire, he's going to pay 445 rands for that every month until he's done for 24 months, which is a bit of a relief because I don't have the 9,000 right now, so I can just go via the hire purchase route. Right, the second question is calculate his new monthly installment with the insurance, and we remember the insurance was charged at 17 rands. Right, so how much is he actually paying with the insurance? So with the insurance, it's going to be his monthly, which is 445 rands and 10 cents plus the insurance of 17 rands. Right, and then we find that per month Tabo will be paying 462 rands and 10 cents. Right, so I were to stop here if maybe the question wanted just these two. So I'm just going to add an extra question to say how much does he pay in total then? How much would this person pay in total? Let's just add an extra question. How much did he pay in total? So to find how much he paid in total, I would just create a formula quickly. So the total that he actually paid is going to be the deposit, the one that has earned interest, which is our accumulated amount, and the insurance. Right, we knew that he paid a deposit of 942 rands, and then the one that has earned interest is the one that we talked about here. Remember, it's A. Here's my A. So it's A. A is 10,682. 10,682 and 28 cents. Plus the insurance. We know for insurance he pays 17 rands per month, and then the number of months is 24 months. So how much did he end up paying in total, since he took it on hire purchase? So we'll have the sum of these three, 942 plus 10,682 rands and 28 cents plus 17 rands times 24. Right, pardon me, 942 plus 10,682 and 28 cents plus 17 times 24. Right, he actually has to pay back 12,032 and 28 cents, which is more by which is actually more by, if I take this answer, I subtract what he had to pay if he had the cash, it is actually more by 2,612 and 28 cents. So grade 10s, this is just a simple question on hire purchase. However, this is not necessarily the case always. Sometimes it might happen that the store does not require a deposit, so it means the calculations apply exactly as they are. The only missing part is that we don't take away the deposit like we did with the first one. And then another question would come as they would give you the monthly installments. Then they ask you how much the person pays in total. So all one needs to do is just take the monthly installments, multiply them by the period, and then it will tell them how much they actually paid in total. Then to find the interest, it's always going to be the final inclusive of the insurance if it's there, which in some cases it's not there. You just take that value, subtract what you had to pay if you had the money in cash, right? And then that will be the insurance. So grade 10s, this is just yet again a simple problem on hire purchase. I hope you found it very useful. Please like if you have not liked the video, subscribe, and then leave a comment. You can share with your neighbors, and let's show the world that math can be done simple with Molefe. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Till we see each other on another one. Cheers. Bye.